welcome to today's video. I apologize in advance if the audio and the camera quality is a little worse than normal. I'm going to see what I can do in editing, but I am going to be filming on my phone today instead of my camera because I'm doing a photography gig tonight and I don't, my SD, I just can't really be using my camera right now. So I'm going to be using my phone. Plus, a lot of this is going to be, it's a vlog, so it's so much easier to just film with my phone. But what are we doing today is the question. Today, I'm going to take you with me while I go get my septum piercing, which is not a piercing I ever thought I really wanted, but now that I'm on testosterone, I kind of do. And that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today, along with it being like a vlog. So me getting my septum piercing and kind of wanting a septum piercing more after starting testosterone has to do, I'm going to talk about how starting testosterone has made me feel more comfortable doing more, quote, feminine things. Even though I've already liked certain feminine things before starting testosterone, now that I'm on testosterone, I feel more comfortable partaking in those things that I like to do or want to do, septum piercing being one of them. And I honestly never thought I'd want a septum piercing just because I got kind of a big nose, so I didn't really think I wanted one. But I used to have face piercings, I used to have an eyebrow piercing, and I used to have snake bites. Snake bites mess with your gums after a while, so I only had them for a year before I took them out because I already had not the greatest teeth. And then my eyebrow piercing rejected, but that was kind of on me. I didn't take care of it properly. But also I kind of couldn't go back to my piercer to downsize it because I was away for the summer. So it was a lose-lose situation. But now I want a septum piercing because, you know, I like, even if I'm just dressed in my casual clothes, can't really see. I'm literally in bathing suit trunks right now. Um, I still want to look a little more alternative because that's the style I like and like how I like how to because that's a style I like and how I like to present. As you can see, I have gauged ears, which I would like to size up at some point. These have been that size for years at this point, and I keep saying I'm going to size up, but I keep not doing it. I specifically like the look of a stretch septum. Around this size is my aim. I'm not sure exactly what gauge that is, but obviously I have to start with the smaller, dainty one, which is not the ideal look for me, but now since I'm on testosterone and I'm feeling more comfortable, I'm okay to have that little dainty piece of jewelry, which to me leans more feminine and isn't my ideal look. I'm okay having that for a little bit, knowing that I'm on testosterone. I'm going to be sizing it up. Like, I'm going to feel comfortable with it soon. And also, if I don't like it, I can always just take it out. So yeah, I've already talked about it a little bit in this intro bit about starting testosterone has made me feel more comfortable doing, quote, feminine things. And even if I don't feel like I've changed a super lot or I look very visibly different, I know that the changes are going to be happening soon, and soon I will just feel so much more comfortable in my body. So I'm okay. So, like, even though physically I'm not seeing the changes, mentally I'm seeing the changes of, like, how I'm looking at certain things, like getting the septum piercing and, like, hobbies that I wouldn't normally do. Like, I love reading, but I find, to me, like, stereotypically, not to play into stereotypes, but reading is looked at as more of a feminine hobby. So anytime I met new people, I kind of sometimes I felt weird saying that, yeah, I love to read because it felt like more of a feminine hobby, specifically because I read a lot of romance books, which is even more of considered a feminine hobby because anytime a guy reads, it's like, yeah, fantasy, sci-fi, nonfiction, which I do enjoy some of those, but most of what I read is romance because also all of it's gay romance. But still. Alright, let's get on to the actual vlog part of this video. I've just been yapping to the camera, which is what most of my videos are. But let's switch it up and do a little bit of vlogging, which is what my channel started as. I did, like, I think for the first month of testosterone, I did weekly vlogs. Alright, we're getting sidetracked again. We're starting the vlog portion. I'm already dressed. I put on some fresh trans tape, and I'm gonna edit, because my appointment's not for another few hours. I'm going to edit the I'm going to edit, I believe it would have been for you, the last Testosterone Tuesday. And then I gotta go to my dad's, film, then go into pick up my friend Kira, go do the septum piercing, and then I gotta go do it's not a gig. I volunteered to do some photography for a drag competition, so I'll insert some photos of that too at the end. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Okay, while I'm waiting for my Premiere Pro to load up and my stuff to import, can we talk about how sad it is that this is being discontinued? The Ghost Blue Raspberry Sour Patch Kid is being discontinued. This is my favorite flavor energy drink ever. I love these. These are my favorite. I've also found I just like the zero sugar energy drinks. I have this empty can here. I guess I like the taste of the fake sugar they use, whatever it's called. I don't remember, but it's being discontinued and I'm really sad about it. Yesterday I went to Wawa, bought 4 of them. So now I got 3 left after this one. They always have a 2 for, like, there's a deal. When you get 2, there's always a deal. So I got 4. Alright, I'm going back to editing. Alright, we're on the floor. I'm gonna be leaving soon to go do some filming and then go get my septum piercing and then go to a photography gig. Busy day. But I figured before I leave, I'll show you what I'm bringing on my adventures because that's fun and I got a lot of stuff to do, so I'm bringing a lot of stuff with me. Okay, so first up we have the camera bag, which obviously houses my camera, and then I have a little side box that I attach to it that has my SD cards, my extra battery, and the battery charger. And then we have my little bag that isn't my camera stuff. What is not shown in here is going to be my keys and my wallet because they're downstairs and I don't feel like going to grab them. So first thing I'm bringing is this little notepad which I keep track of all my like filming and photography stuff for clients. So that goes in there. A pen, obviously, for the notebook. And then, since starting testosterone, I stinky. So deodorant to reapply. And this isn't going in the bag because it is an open can, but I'm bringing my energy drink with me. Also in my bag, I'm packing a bunch of business cards that I'm going to take to the photography gig to hopefully pass out. Let me show you what they look like. I'm really proud of these business cards. My boyfriend helped me design them, but the concept is they are like old movie tickets when you got physical movie tickets, because I physically cut each of these business cards to have a more rectangular shape and then use those fancy frilly scissors to cut a fancy edge, like when you rip a movie like stub ticket and it has like a little perforated edge. So yeah, those are my business cards. I'm gonna pass them all out. Bring few. I don't imagine myself passing out too many, but I'll bring a couple. Those are the supplies. Have I shown the fit yet? Hat. We got hat from not from Kevin Smith. I bought it at Kevin Smith's comic book shop. The goat. Then we have my fudge. This is a band. I'll put them on screen right here. I won this in a giveaway. Shout out to them. And then I have swim trunks on that I'm wearing as shorts, but they kind of slay. And then I'm wearing black Converse, but I got socks on right now. If it bothers you that my socks aren't matching, I'm sorry. I got nothing else to say. Alright, I gotta go. I'm yapping too much. Hello, I'm Ryan, and this is me with my first 7-Eleven free slushie. Hello, I'm Ryan. This is the second free slushie of the day. There was still no blue raspberry. The first one, they didn't even have blue raspberry. This one, blue raspberry out. So we got cherry. The last one we got like hibiscus. Hello, we're back. A septum's in my nose now. What? Um, yeah, I didn't, the whole point of this vlog was for like my septum piercing, and I didn't really get to record. That's like the only thing I didn't get to record today because I didn't know if we were allowed, me and my friend were allowed to record in the piercing shop. And then by the time the guy was like, oh, I should have told you to get your phone out to record, the needle was already through the nose. It was too late. I do want to talk about the experience. One, let's get this part out of the way first. I was worried I wasn't gonna like it when it looked like when it was the smaller gauge, just the normal standard gauge. I was worried I wasn't gonna like it. I kind of love it. Um, I still want to size up, and I think I'll love it even more when I size up. But I don't hate this. I actually very much like it. And everyone at the piercing shop was hyping me up. I was like, okay. But yeah, everyone was hyping me up at the piercing shop, saying it suited my face very well, which I agree. I like it. And I will just say, I used to, as I said before, I used to have snake bites and eyebrow piercing, and I've always went to the same piercer as long as, and everyone I know that gets piercings in this area goes to the same piercer. He's the guy, all right? And I love it there so much. Okay, the guy is the nicest guy ever. I'm not gonna tell you this location because that will fucking dox me. But this guy is the sweetest guy. He's been doing piercings for years. Everyone I know gets piercings from him. I think my dad might have gotten a piercing from him. Like, he's been around for a while. He is the nicest. And even when I went in there, my dead name is still on my license and stuff. And I went in with my friend, and my friend, is a consistent goer of theirs. So they're familiar with my friend. And my friend was like, my friend also like goes by a different name than what is on their license. When my friend was booking their next appointment, they talking about something with names, and the front desk lady, there's only two people who run this entire store. The front desk lady was like, just does he like go by anything else that's like not on the license? And my friend was like, oh yeah, he goes by Ryan. And I mean, obviously I wasn't meant to hear the conversation, but I did overhear it while I was filling out the paperwork. And then when I went to go hand her the paperwork, she was like, oh, Ryan, right? And I was like, yes. And it was just like, because she like got the vibe from me, and that it was just like so nice of them to like even ask, because some people won't do that. They'll just be like, nah, I don't know, and like the way for you to say something, which it kind of is my job to say something, but the fact that they even thought to ask and like completely respected it and just like referring to me as a guy the whole time. And it was just such a nice experience. I love it there so much. They're so nice, and they give you candy afterwards and water. Sweetest people. And I was a little shaky, not because I was nervous. I just like I just get so shaky for whatever reason, my hands. So he kept double checking to make sure I was okay. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I just get shaky like this. But I just love it there so much. It's so nice. I cannot rave about it enough. And they get the recognition they deserve. Trust me, because they are like the piercer of this area. Everyone who gets a piercing goes to there. Oh, and another thing that happened at the piercings was, the guy, he's just, we're talking about the piercing or whatever. And, he's just like, casually mentioning, I don't think he was mentioning this because I was trans specifically, but I think he was just mentioning this as like, a conversation about the thing that we are doing and like, actively happening and getting pierced. We were talking about, he was like, oh yeah, guys tend to do this and this and this with septums. And they were all the things I was doing, which kind of was really gender affirming in a way. But aside from the piercing, you saw I went to 7-Eleven for free slushie day because it's 7-Eleven today. I went to 2. I wanted to go to 3 to make a funny little TikTok because it's funnier with 3 than just 2. But I ran out of time in the day because then I had to go to my photography gig. Not gig. I volunteered. I was not getting paid. The drag show, which is what I was photographing, photo the drag show which I was photographing and videoing was lovely. They're gonna start doing it every month, so I would love to go every month. It is like an hour and 15-minute drive away, which is kind of a lot. I did mostly video because I need to get better at photography because I've always just done purely video and never really dabbled in photography too much. And I'm trying to start dabbling in photography. So I really want to like get some more practice in and stuff like that, was just part of the reason why I went to this gig. But I want to practice some more on my own before I go to another gig, just so like even though I'm volunteering, I want to be able to give them quality work. I'm gonna edit up some of the videos. I'm gonna give them the raw video footage, edit up some photos, and then also edit together some little videos for them. They didn't ask me to do that, but I'm trying to build my portfolio, get my name out there, little insights to the business ventures. Which if anyone wants a video on the technical side of stuff I do, like planning the videos and like doing my job stuff, I find those videos very fascinating. So if anyone's interested in that, let me know. I'll do it at the very end. I'm just like recapping everything you saw, but I don't know. I love to yap, so I'm gonna yap about it. It's my video, okay? I'm gonna yap. It's my video. I went to Wawa on the way home from the drag show because your boy was hungry. I hadn't eaten since like 2:30. I didn't get to Wawa till like 11. So yeah, that brings us here for the night. It's like probably closer to midnight now. This is Editing Ryan. I never really finished the outro to that video. Thank you for watching. That's me saying this brings us here is like me trying to say it's the end of the video, but I didn't really say it properly. So thank you for watching. That's the video. See you next time.